Click record. Hey everybody, my name is Trey Bolin and I'm so excited to help you guys jumpstart your fall. And I'm super excited that we have Candise Pillar with us tonight. She's been with Pampered Chef since February 2020, and she promoted to team leader with a team of 3 within her first 2 weeks with Pampered Chef. She promoted to director in her first 45 days, and she hasn't stopped growing since. They're currently in growth mode and they have a team of 26. She's going to share a little more about herself, but I want to let you guys know that she's actually one of our Canadian consultants. And she has been with her partner, Wayne, for 7 years, and she enjoys everything outdoorsy, camping, boating, hiking. And she doesn't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen, which is why Pampered Chef was so appealing to her. And you know what? She achieved and earned 2 incentive trips, the Bahamas last year, and she already earned Puerto Rico Elite. Shut up, Candise. Tell us what you're doing. I can't wait to learn from you. I feel like you are the goddess queen of sales, and we bow to your greatness, and we are here with open ears, ready to receive from you tonight. So preach it to us.
All right. So bear with me. Like I told Trey, I have not prepared anything, so I am totally winging it. And I feel free to ask me any questions if I skip over something that you want to learn more. But the 2 awards that I did receive this year were very, I'll try to get through this without crying, but they're very overwhelming for me because I didn't even realize what rewards you actually could earn. So my upline would call me and she's like, hey, do you know that you just got this? And I'd be like, oh, cool. And like legit, I had no idea. So I was head down, pardon my language, head down, ass up. And I was just working. I was just doing my business, consistency. So honestly, I think the one thing that I can say how you achieve these sales is consistency. Every single day I'm doing something. And if I'm not doing something that's revenue generating for the business, I'm helping my team or I'm bettering myself, whether it's taking a little bit of dash or learning from another leader or networking or working on an image or a marketing something or another. So I'm always doing something. I do have a VIP group, which this one's really exciting. You guys will like this. So when I first started, I didn't have a VIP group. I was just told I only needed a business page. But then one of my Canadian colleagues said to me, she's like, the way you should think about it is, and we've kind of tied this all together, is your business page should be like your profile to the world where it's all professional. So it's kind of like a mullet, like it's all business in the front and party in the back where your VIP group kicks in. So that was Jill Fleming, I think, that had said that from Canada. Anyways, she kind of inspired me. I was like, hey, I need a VIP group. So I started it in about, I think May, because I was just in February and I didn't have one. I started in May. Then that December, I had, I don't know, 400 people, I think, in my VIP group. And I was like, hey, I want to like get this up to like $500 or 500 people, sorry. So then I did. I offered, I think, $100 Pampered Chef giveaway if they shared and got, more people into my group. So we did that. Then I was like, well, I want more. So then I said, well, I'm going to give away an appliance of your choice if we get to 1,000. So that was in December. So in December, I hit 1,000 members in my VIP group. So this is like how my business has just like gone like that. So these are all new people that are to me, people that I've never met, people that I never had a party with. So it's just new blood, right? I keep the VIP group fun. I keep it interesting. It's not always about sell. I try to do that 80-20 thing where it's 80%, recipes and fun and coming from the point of service. And then 20% about, hey, did you know about the business? Hey, did you know about this sale? Or maybe a mystery host party event or the appliance sale that we just had in conjunction with a shared rewards party. And again, if you like tie it together, like invite somebody, you'll kind of be rewarded. So I always say that my referrals are always rewarded. And so whether somebody buys something from me and they refer a friend, I'll send them something quick in the mail. Maybe it might just be a bamboo spoon or maybe a package of spices or something. But if you can treat your customers good, the loyalty that comes from them when they share, because all of you have probably gone to Walmart or somewhere and got a really good deal and we're like, hey, you got to go try out this, or word of mouth is huge. So that's one thing I've done to get incredible sales. But the other thing mostly is consistency, and booking parties from parties is the easiest way that I have grown. Like, I can't even find my calendar. I could, if I showed it to you, actually I will, just curious, hang tight.
I'm not sure.
So when
Candace, can you hear us? Okay.
I can, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I was gonna ask you if you could also share maybe a little bit, like a sneak peek inside your VIP group. What kind of content? Are you only sharing recipes from Pampered Chef? Are you sharing your own
other
recipes?
Things.
Okay.
So a couple of things. So we'll go back to that a little bit. So I do share some recipes from Pampered Chef, of course, because you want to promote our tools and our products. But I don't always want it to be about the sell. But even if you do something in your own kitchen, you might be showcasing a product that they haven't seen before. And they're like, hey, what's that? And so they'll ask a comment or they'll send you a PM, because you always sell what you show, right? So just going, and I'll share a little bit more about that, Trey. And do I still only have 15 minutes? Because believe me, I can like talk forever.
You know what? I think we could probably do 20, 25 since.
Okay, cool.
Since our other friend isn't here.
If you can see this was August. Can you see this? Those were parties per week. And these are contacts that I have to follow up on. And all of my months are like that. So I have to book my week off, but there's that. And I'm already booking into October. I had to take a week off, but see, and November and December are the same thing. But what I do is in my parties, I find that's the easiest way to book. So I work with my hosts very closely. I let them know the incentives, like if you get 3, you get this and this. We all know that. But then I also, in behind the scenes, I send out a message to every single person that joins that group. And I say, hey, I just wanted to introduce myself. If you have any questions, here's the link. We're going to party until this day. But I just wanted you to have them at your fingertips because they sometimes get lost in the party. That might change with table. But for right now with Facebook, you get it all the time. Well, where's the link? How do I shop? So this way, if they're savvy enough to check, or you can like say to them, hey, I sent you all a personal message. If you reply, you're going to get a free cookbook. Then it just gives them incentive to like want to go and look at it if they haven't. So building the connections, I think, is the most important thing. So that's at the beginning of the party. Then at the end of the party, if they haven't ordered, I send another one saying, hey, just wanted to follow up if you had any questions, or if you wanted to book your own party. I mean, we're probably all doing this thing, but again, it's consistency and making sure you're doing it. In my VIP group, we're just going to go back there for a minute because Trey had that question. So the things that I share, and you're probably going to ask me to share my screen, and I don't even know if I know how to do that. Let me see. VIP. How do I share the screen, Trey?
I think you can just click on the little request.
Okay.
They're a little.
Is it share screen?
Yes.
Host, disable, participant. Okay. Is it going to do it?
It should.
Okay. Host disabled, participant screen viewing, it says.
I just clicked all participants, so let's see if that changed it.
Okay, let's try again. Oh, here we go. Now
Yay.
I hit this. Okay.
You know, I'm sure we're just really curious how you know actions go and what it looks like. It's always fun to kind of take a peek behind the curtain, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And so so here's my number. I don't know if you guys can see this. 1.6. Remember what I was telling you?
Yeah.
So December last year, 419, I think my number was. I did an opportunity. I said, okay, whoever shares is going to get, I think everybody in the group got 1 ticket. Then everybody that shared got another ticket for every person they invited. Then if that person came into the group, they each got 5. So there was incentive. It was a nightmare to try and track. But anyways, my assistant did that part. I was like, that's your job. So then when everything was said and done in December and I gave away an air fryer, then I was like, okay, now I want more. So then just recently I said that they get their choice of appliance. So again, they chose another air fryer when I got to 1,500. And right now I'm at 1.6. And that was since last year. Now, they're not all viewing, obviously, because they don't have maybe their notifications on, but still the fact that I get this attention when they want to check in is kind of cool. And when I really notice it is when I do shared rewards parties, because everyone loves deals, right? So that's when I notice it. It's not always the same people always purchasing from me or always sharing. And there's always new blood coming into my group. So some of the things that I will share, I have my customers also, they share. So this one, for example, she did chicken on her smoker tonight. So she shared that. 157 saw that one. This one was a fun one today. I was like canning soup today. So far, so good, I said. And it was Campbell's soup inside of a jar. So just for like entertainment. So it's not always about selling, but it's a little bit about just fun for the day. Of course, I shared the new kid on the block, which was our immersion blender. And then of course I was in the catalog this year. So I said, thank you for 18 months and you'll find me in the catalog. What else did I share here? Oh, my final hours when I had my appliance sale last night with shared rewards. So I put up the prices so they could see that. So this month for sure, I'm reverting back to more of a service side of things because I feel like I've been in their face a lot about sell, sell, sell. And because like the sale was so good this month, like you wanted to keep reminding people, but I feel like I was very salesy this month. So I'm like, I want to rein that back. So this month, it's all going to be about getting back into routine, sharing things that are going to help moms with kids going back to school and those kinds of things. So I don't know, again, the business opportunity, the lists that we're leaving, what else? The host specials, like if they were thinking about it, like have they seen actually what our hosts can get? Because sometimes they don't even know. There's a recipe I shared, the morning glory muffin, so as a little sneak peek before September 1 happened. But again, not so salesy, just like sharing a little bit about that. What else? Oh, the catalog when it was coming. So then I was like trying to, so I think I have 438 people that saw it, 36 want a catalog so far. Here was a recipe that I found with, I can't remember where I found this one, but tomato soup season is coming. So it was just something that I saw real quick where they roasted the Roma tomatoes and in the oven, and then they put them with the immersion blender, or you could like throw them into your deluxe cooking blender. I give them options. So it's not always about a product, like they could do it in their home without. So again, like I say, just coming from the point of service and offering them tips and tricks that will help them so that they want to be there. Because lots of, I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed on Facebook, like everybody's news feed is just full of salesy things, just sales, 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 sale. Like it's almost overwhelming. This one, it was kind of fun. It's my sense of humor coming out as like, show me your rack, your spice rack. So I actually, this year, I think in this fall, I'm going to do up an image where we kind of play a game like that. And so then I'll get them to share with me a picture of what their spice rack looks like. And then I can tie it in with like our new storage system here. What else can I show you? Oh, there was the blender or the sexy flexi and play there. That was Jill's word too. I love that. Oh my God, that girl's funny. So that's just a little bit of what it's about. It's not any one thing. Like this was like just a homemade biscuits that I'd saw, and I thought it was a good recipe. It was only 8 minutes, and I mean they can incorporate it and put it in an air fryer. So just stuff like that. What else? Oh, another tip that came from Pampered Chef though, and I will be following up on this one, is anybody that got the taste buds this month sample with like $100 purchase. I'm going to be following up with all of them to make sure that, you know, maybe they want to try the subscription, say, hey, what did you think of those 2 new spices? And did you know that we actually have this for 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months? So I think that would be income generating activities that I think would be kind of fun. The other thing I think that I do that helps me with my sales and my people is the customer care. For the first little bit in my business, because I didn't have time, I wasn't doing customer care. I was trying to get to it, but I couldn't. I had like stacks because I would use a piece of paper and track, everyone that kind of sort of ordered. And I try to get back to them in Messenger or text or email or something, but there was no way that I could. Like, I just literally could not find the time in a day between like parties and reach outs and still having a life. So Project Broadcast really helped me with that. And then following what Pampered Chef recommends, which is 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, and following up. That has really, really helped me, because what was happening is I would send out lots of messages, or I would send out, when I finally did get on Project Broadcast, a big message block, like 1,200 people, and they'd be like, who is this? And take me off your list. And so they were very standoffish. So what I found was, I was like, okay, I need to change this, because I do pride myself in good customer care, but I wasn't doing what I was saying that I did. So you can say what you want, but if you don't walk the walk and talk the talk, it kind of sort of means nothing. So I was struggling in that department. And then once Project Broadcast kind of came to be, that has really helped me, because when you're reaching out 2 days after you've just spent 5 days with them, they're ever grateful. And I just say, like, customer service is important to me. Here's my business card. And I send like an electronic picture. It's of my, actually, I don't even know if I have one here. I could show you probably what it looks like. Just bear with me here. I'll show you guys, but you guys probably have one too. But it was just easier for me to just send them this than, so it's just in a quick picture, and it's just a business card that I made on Canva, and it just has my information on it. And I just tell them to save it in a safe spot on their phone, and then they'll always have it. So it just has my mobile number, which is my Project Broadcast number, my email, and my website. So if they need to reach me and they're not in my VIP group, they have this, or, they can put me in their phone as, the Pampered Chef lady or whatever they want. So it might be overkill, but I just think if you make it easy for them, they'll stay connected, or they'll remember you. And a lot of people actually reply back and they say, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Or, we don't get that anymore. People, like, customer service is a thing of the past. Because I mean, we all talk about it in our parties, right? Where you get to buy the product and then you get you as the consultant. And that's what you're selling with social selling, right? So I really, really try hard now to do the customer care part, because the fortune really, truly is in the follow-up. And tracking is huge. I never did this at the beginning either. So whether it's tracking for a business lead or tracking for like a party, make yourself a note, whether it's just on a piece of paper, or in a binder, or just on a single piece of paper for your parties. Just make sure you're making notes. Like, I don't know if you could see this scratchy little piece of paper. I put a name, one of the things that they bought, so that when I do their thank yous, I know one of the items they bought, but then right away it goes into Project Broadcast so they can get their customer care set up for 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. And then you're not a stranger to them anymore, because you've just spent, like I said, a week with them. And if you are reaching out consistently, they will obviously appreciate that, I think. I don't know if I can unstop. How do I stop sharing now so I can see you all, guys?
I think there at the top, there's like a red thing that should say stop.
Stop share. Okay.
There you go.
How terrible am I? I don't do Zoom very much at all. I need to get better at that as well. What else can I share, Trey?
I was really curious about your party content. What do your parties look like? I mean, if you're pulling in all these sales, are they coming from your parties, or is this from your VIP group, or is this from shared rewards? Because you have so much reach.
Yeah.
Where's it coming from?
So most of them are my parties. So I am doing, like they tell us, always 4 in 1, right? So that's the cycle. So I was like, well, if I can do 4, I can do 8. And if I think, well, if I can do 8, I can do 12. So there are some times November, December, well, October, November, and it's starting to look that way for September as well. There are times where I'm doing anywhere between 4 and 12 parties a week. Super organized, since share helps, hoping to learn table and jump onto that so you're not fighting too much with algorithms.
And these are multi-day parties, week-long parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I do is, and this is the other thing that I think I've changed up a little bit and I find is really helping, is host coaching. I've always been really strong on host coaching, but I've now automated onto Project Broadcast. So now I'm not spending an hour or more every single day host coaching, because it's just, you add their number and it just host coaches them once or twice a day, whatever you've got set up. So that is really strong. Made the notes less wordy, very to the point. Here's your tip for today. Here's your task for today. So it's always a tip and always a task. And the task is usually at the beginning, it's sending personal messages to get more people into the group. Now it's, I want you to post this into the party. And now this is the most important day. We're going to do the wind up, wrap up message. I want you to message every single guest. So very big on that. And I let them know, like, if you don't do it and you're just going to invite people and go to sleep for 5 days, your party is probably going to fail. And I've had people say to me, or hosts say to me, well, how come my party, like, what are my rewards? And I'm like, not much, because you didn't, I'm sorry, but you didn't do the things that I asked. I said, and it kind of reflects your party. It's like you invited your guests over and then you went to bed for 5 days, because that's kind of what happened. And then, then they see it and then they try to like fix it at the end. But unfortunately, sometimes you can't, but I would still work with them and try. Like, I don't just say, well, whatever, I'm out. So the parties are 5 days. So 2 days of pre-party is what I was doing. I've cut that back now to 1, but I work with them a little bit prior. So on the weekend, I get them to start doing their invites, and they invite Friday, Saturday, Sunday kind of. And then the pre-party starts on Monday, and then 3 days of product posts. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is the wrap up day. And I usually share like my favorites on that particular day. And then I leave them with the weekend for the host to follow up with them to see if there's anything they want. I always will post 1 or 2 trigger memories on the weekend to just say, hey guys, if you have any questions, I'm still around. But mostly I give them the weekend, because I find that the weekend is when they want to shop, because most people have more time. They're not running around with kids. They're not trying to get to work or get kids to activities, those kinds of things. So I find that they're more around and available. And mornings, when people are having their coffee, I think maybe, or before maybe the house is starting to stir, that's when the mess, like the email kind of sort of blows up and the messages start coming in. Or late at night is what I find is when lots of the shopping gets done. And I always know when those hosts send, and you guys do as well, probably, when they send those personal messages with that shopping link, your phone blows up. So when you have, it's kind of cool. When you have like 8 to 12 hosts in a week, your phone is just like a Christmas tree. It's like ding, ding, ding. Like I have to actually shut off my note, like my binger and my dinger, because I can't take it. It's too much. It kind of gives me anxiety a little bit.
Does anybody have any questions for Candise?
So I think honestly, guys, though, like if you're all doing the same things that I'm doing, there's no magic, there's no tips or tricks per se. I just think it is consistency and number of parties that you're doing. But if you can partner with your hosts and focus on what Pampered Chef gives us, which is that booking program, and if they don't know about it, like talk about it like a couple of times out your host coaching, like, hey, did you know? Because they might want all 4 appliances, but they can't afford all 4 at one time at 50% off. But maybe in a month or 2 or 3, they can afford the 40% off. So, and that's the other thing I do. I try, even if they want September, I'll say, well, are you friends with so-and-so? Because she's already booked and I don't want to tax your friends out too much. We can book it in the same month of September if that's what you want to do, but I don't want to, have your party fail because your friend had a party before you 2 weeks prior. So I talk it through with them as well, just to make sure, because you want them to all succeed, right? But
Now, how are you getting parties from parties? That's through messaging on
yep,
Facebook and sending
yep.
your project broadcast messages?
Mostly it's messages. So again, I find if you come to them at the beginning of the party from a point of service, because you say, hey, just wanted to say hi. Here's the shopping link in case it gets lost, because it does. And I just wanted you to know and have my personal contact. So if you need or have any questions, I'm right here. And not at any one time am I saying, hey, here's the link, shop, shop, shop. They have it, but I'm coming at them from an angle of here it is for your convenience and your easiness, kind of per se. And because I don't know, sometimes when you're just asking people for things, I have a hard time with that. Like cold calls aren't my favorite. So I'll bend over backwards when I have their attention to try and like book a party. Another thing I do in my parties, and this, you guys are probably doing this too, but wish list posts, or the day after I post all of my appliances at the game for that night, I'll either get the host to post it or I'll post it, and I'll say, if money was no object, or if you got to pick anything in the catalog, or what appliance would you like? And I post the pictures of the appliances, excuse me. And then when they comment, they're going to get tickets or ballots. But then those are the ones that I follow up within behind the scenes, or I say to the host, hey, Sally wanted an air fryer, Joe wanted a blender. Check with them if they might consider hosting, because like you know that they have an interest, they've already identified that they want a big ticket item, like why not help them get it? And then that way you're also getting introduced to a whole nother group of friends, right, that you haven't met before.
So just to clarify, you're having the host ask the people for the party. You're not asking for the party.
I do both. I do both.
Okay.
So when I reach out, so at the end, what happens is when someone places an order with me, I post in my party, thank you so and so for your order. You've helped Sally reach her goal, or, towards her goal. Then in behind the scenes, I send them a personal thank you as well. Thank you so much. Some read that, some don't. But I mean, that's Facebook for you, right? If they're savvy, they know where to look. But I'll tell them, hey, thanks for joining Sally's party. Thank you much for supporting her as well as my small business. I just wanted to try and get her a few other host rewards. Would you be interested in hosting your own party? And then it's just as simple as that. And some say no, it's not their, they just say no. And then I ask, and again, I got this training from, I believe this one might've been Andrea Sale. I just ask them, is it no because of the timing, or is it no, it's not your thing? Simple as that. I used to say, oh, okay. And now I don't. Now I ask why. Because if it's something that I can overcome, or maybe it's just the timing. And so lots of times, if it's just, well, I'm so busy, kids just went back to school, trying to get back into a routine, so on and so forth, I'll just let them know that that's totally okay. But what if they say maybe in September or maybe in November? I'll say, well, why don't we pencil you in a date? And so the word pencil means tentative in a sense. And then they're a little bit more open to it. And lots of times they go from the word, not necessarily no, but like I'll think about it. I'll say, well, yeah, sure, take your time, no problem. If you want it to count for your friends' rewards, though, it has to be booked before the party closes. And so they think about it. Then on my tracking list, I've made a note, and I'm going to follow up with them before that party closes again. Like, hey, Sally, have you given it any more thought? Do you want to pencil in a tentative date? And that's usually what happens. Like I just did a party here last week. Well, I did 8 parties actually, but this one party had 5 bookings. And I was like, that's awesome. But can you imagine if you had like 4 parties and everyone got 1 booking, or maybe one got 2 or 3 because you partnered with your host? Do you see how like it can just go like boom, to the point where you're never, ever, ever doing cold calls? And I feel bad a little bit sometimes, because if bookings, and and then I go back to like how I learned, and honestly, it's just all about the ask. The more you ask, the more comfortable you'll get with it, and then no's don't bother you quite as bad. And I think this again was from Andrea Sale, like celebrate the no's. Like when you get 10 no's, pour yourself your favorite drink or buy yourself a donut, whatever the case may be, like just celebrate them because it will always come first. It's the yeses and the maybes that are asked on the second and third.
Shoot, we just lost her.
Oh no.
Yes. So just to, if she doesn't get back on, just something to expand on what she's talking about is to celebrate the nose for sure. Oh, yay, she's coming. Yay, you're back. But you're muted.
Sorry, guys, I don't know what
There you go.
happened. Oh, unmute. There. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. I think Andrea Sale had shared that with me as well, that if you don't hear something in the net in like within 24 48 hours, send a second message on that ask. And then if you don't hear something on the within 24 more hours after that, or 12, send a third one, because people are busy. I don't know about you guys, but like lots of times I'll get a message from a customer or something. I'll be like getting groceries or something. I'll be like, oh, I'll just message her back. And there's been times I forgot. If I don't mark it as unread when I'm done, like I'll be, oh yeah, who messaged me? What? And then I have to scooch through, and it's no different for them. They're busy with kids, they're getting groceries, they're doing errands, they're helping the hubby, whatever. So it's not necessarily that they don't want to have a party, they just got sidetracked with life. So I just roll my shoulders and just let it go. So yeah, no's or whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a
No.
question? Sorry.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's Rita. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot to remind my team because I've been busy working and getting ready for
Okay.
fall. I'm
Mhm.
really loving your ideas. Is there any
Oh,
way,
thanks.
just because I'm not writing anything down,
Yeah.
is there any way you could share? Because I really love like that you're going back when they say no. And
Mhm.
I haven't been doing that. And I'm like you, I really do not like the cold
I hate cold
messaging. And
calls.
during COVID, you know, I was getting those 5 bookings and, you know, it was just flying.
Yep.
And now, you know, I'm getting bookings, but not as much, you know, as I would like. I mean, I've been getting the
Mhm.
host to, so if there's any way you could kind of share that, because I love how you just said that about the nose, you know,
Yeah.
how you are actually going. So after you thank them, I
Mhm.
like that, because I was talking with Nevena on the trip,
Mhm.
and I started getting more bookings when I started like getting people excited instead of like, oh, the
Mhm.
host special is 60% off cast iron enamel. Like, I gotta tell you something. Nobody cared about that. They were like, no thanks.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
But like, you know, making it almost like exclusive. So I was talking about 25 new fall products that no one has seen before. And
Mhm.
people are getting excited because it's something new.
September,
So yeah,
yeah.
if you could, if you just, because I feel, I wish my people were on, oh God, because I
Yeah.
feel like this is so, they need to hear this. And the no, I just want to share a little story, because
Mhm.
one of my consultants last week called me because she said she wants to grow a team and she really wants to apply herself and yada, yada, yada. So she really didn't have any September bookings. And she actually booked like 3 parties today. So,
Nice.
and I'm so proud of her, because I said, listen, you know, you have to get those no's from people, and, you
Mhm.
know, you can't get discouraged, and you're going to have dud parties. That's why they say book 4 parties a week. I usually run about 1 or 2 parties a week.
Mhm.
And there was a time where I was running 3 and 4. I'm trying to get back to that. But I think your strategy might actually work for me. Like, I think if I were to go back and, you know, ask her, so I'm just trying to get the wording
Absolutely.
down.
Yeah,
If you,
for
if
sure.
I would really appreciate that, but you
Absolutely.
just kind of like, I feel like
Mhm.
I'm having a light bulb moment right now.
That's
And I
great.
know other consultants are feeling like, you know,
Yeah.
they're kind of not where they want to be for September.
Mhm.
I just share one thing that I wanted to share this, because I just finished I did several shared rewards parties that were just not, they
Mhm.
weren't successful. So
Yep.
I did one, and it was like 400 in sales, and to me that was successful. But I did it differently, and I ran it in my VIP, and I'm going to do another one and call it like a fall showcase,
Mhm.
shared rewards. I work in retail. And so one of the things that's always happening in retail and cosmetics and fragrances is that we do friends and family, and we do something called the VIP sale. So all of a sudden this morning I said, this is basically like my way of saying thank you to my customers.
Mhm.
It's not like, oh, let's just run back to back shared rewards. That's not the idea. The idea is normally I would run a mystery host party, but it's like, I'm getting a lot of like, I need new people in my VIP.
Mhm.
So, like I need fresh blood, because it's like I feel like you, I feel like I'm being too salesy. And here we go again with it, but I'm waiting to do the fall products
Yep.
until this weekend, because
So
I want to go ahead. Tell me what
one
you
of
think.
the things that you could do with that is, even before you offer the sale, is whatever you can afford, whether it's $100 gift card or a $50 gift card, or wherever you want your VIP group to get to. I
Mhm.
would recommend growing the group. So this is where you say, okay, everybody that's in the group is going to get like a ticket into the draw. If you have 200 people in your draw, they're all going to get one ticket. Then for every friend that they invite, they're going to get one more ticket. And you can see who they invited, and it says who they're invited by. Then you can go one step further and say, then when that friend joins, you're each going to get 5 tickets. So for me, when I started, like I said, I had, I don't know, I don't even know if I had 200 people, but I wanted 200 people. And I gave away a $100 gift card, and somebody won it. I did a random draw. Then the next draw I did was an appliance, but then I was doing a big jump up to 500 people. So then I got the 500, and then I was like, okay, well, that was fun. Now I want to do it again. So like, now let's go for 1,000, and it's going to be an appliance of your choice. So I did that. And then I think just recently, again, I gave away another appliance. I think that might have been actually only 2 appliances that I gave away. Anyways, long story short, I've given away 2 appliances, but my VIP group now is at like 1.6. Like it's like 1,600 people. And that was like in December, it was under 5. And this is just by word of mouth. And I tell my customers all the time, like, if you enjoy my VIP group and you enjoy my customer service and you just enjoy being here, like, word of mouth is the best form of advertising for me. I said, so if you're happy with what you're seeing here and achieving and receiving, then share it with a friend. Then if you grow your group and then have the VIP party, like if you focused on growing the group for a week and say, when we get to X amount of people, I'm going to give away a draw for this. And then you have your VIP or your shared rewards friends and family sale, you might be actually surprised, because you're going to have new blood in there, and you're going to be like, wow, she's giving away, this, but then she's also giving us, potentially 25% off. Like, they might
That's incredible. I
love
love,
it.
no, I love it. I love it. And I have a deluxe griddle in the box. My
Mhm.
husband probably would be dancing right now if I told him I was going to give a box
Yeah.
of something away.
But don't give it away unless you hit that number. Like, if you want 500 people in your VIP group, don't give it away until you get there. Like, because then it means nothing, right? So
I'm at like 370.
yep.
So
And what I did, and here's a tactic, maybe, I don't know, like, every time you change your banner on Facebook, it notifies the group that you changed that, right? So if you're trying to get a message out and you want to grab their attention, do your image up on Canva, like, 500, grow the group. When we get to that, I'm going to give away an appliance of choice, and put the pictures of the appliance, because sometimes people only catch, maybe a picture or the word giveaway or whatever, like, because it, appeals to different people, and different people see different things. And then when new people would come in and they'd invite, I'd make a big deal about it. So when I got about 30 people in my group, I do a welcome. Welcome to my group. You each achieved 1 ballot. If you want more ballots, invite more friends, and this is how you get additional ballots. And so I kind of focused on that the whole time I was trying to grow that group for like a week or two. And I kind of did mine in December, and I was really focused on it right when COVID was kind of happening and everybody was at home anyway. So I kind of capitalized on that a little bit. And at one point, I think I saw 1,700 people invited in my group. Like, it just exploded. Like everybody was inviting everybody. And I was so excited and I was pleased beyond measure. And those were just some of the things that I did. And it was not any one thing. All I was doing was giving away an appliance of choice. It was right off for me. I think I even got it at the sale price too, like when the air fryers were on for like 25% off as well. And then I think I had it as a host special. So then I got it half price of that sale price. So I think like maybe $100, $112 or something it cost me. But I got to grow my group by a lot. So sometimes that really, really helps. So that might help you as well.
I was going to say too, when you're doing something like that, for those of you who are like newer consultants and may not have accessibility to something like an appliance, you have to figure out what is it worth to you to spend in order to do that, whether it's to, offer a host giveaway for all the people who host in September, for example, or people who join your VIP group. You got to figure out what it's worth to you.
Exactly.
And go that way. So that's really cool.
And that's why, like, when I first started, I only had 200 people in there. I was like, well, I can't give away an appliance, even though I wanted to. I was like, all I can do is $100. And that's what I did. So, and it, for me, and they even loved that because I wasn't, some people would just love a bamboo spoon, I'm sure, like, like, so, and it, like, there's so many. And like now, just this last one, I thought of a sales incentive here, but I got to come up with a really cool name. With all of our pantry items that we have, like we have so many, like if you figured out like how many we have and what the cost would be, and then what you could throw in at $100, especially in conjunction with Taste Buds being 20% off this month, like you call it a baker's package or something. And, but anyways, I have to come up with a really catchy name, but like, how great would that be if they want to try the brownies and the cookies and the caramel latte bread and the beer bread and so on and so forth. We have so many. And
how
then
about
that's
Baker's dozen
or Baker's Delight or whatever, it could be just about anything. And I mean, they might want to try it. Like, I mean, Epicure makes a go of it, as does, what's the other one? Sunset Gourmet, I think, or something. So, I mean, we're right on track with that kind of stuff. And so why not try it? But you just have to, I think, I also think, go back to me as a customer, like, not to be racist or anything, but like I'm a little bit of a Jew. Like I like a good deal, like a really good deal. So if it excites me, it's probably going to excite our customers. So I always go back to that. I'm like, people love free things. They love deals. So if you find something that excites you, chances are it's going to excite them.
I think
Can I ask you a question? I'm going to try that with the new flex that we got going on right now, because my parties are, or my group is only at 51 people, and I haven't had any sales since June. So I'm going to try that.
Absolutely.
So I just have one concern, and that's the warranty. Is it still covered? I mean,
they just have to go through you. Yeah. Okay. So if you ordered it, so a couple of ways you could do that. Say you were collecting. So sometimes what I've done is if I've had a party, I always open a party at the beginning of the month. And if I get outside orders, I'll just do it as a self-hosted event and I'll put them under me. They get their product, but then I might have a party just sitting there at $200. So then when I'm ready to give away something, they become the host. So they can get an appliance at half price, or a host special in this case for this month at 60% off. So if I decided to give away an appliance this month, I would put it under their name so they'd get the warranty. So they're kind of getting a double bang because they're going to be my host because I already have $200 in sales from outside orders. They're going to get 60% off, which is going to be my expense, but they're going to get 10% off for the full year because they're going to be the host. They didn't even have to do any work.
Gain a customer.
Exactly. Yeah. So it just using the systems in place that, Pamper Chef gives us, just thinking outside the box a little bit. But I like that because then at least the appliance and the warranty is under their name. And so if they have problems with it, then they can just handle it, or I'll handle it for them, but at least it's in their name. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
I think that is some really great information. I'm so excited that you shared so much with us, Candice. I
Mhm.
have just admired all your sales and your growth and your willingness to share with us. You know,
Yeah,
you don't have
absolutely.
to, you don't benefit from sharing with us. And I'm just so thankful that you were willing to jump on. And even though you said it was unrehearsed, it was still great.
Oh,
And I feel like
it was
I
totally
learned so many
unrehearsed.
things and I was so inspired. So thank you so much for jumping off the combine and cleaning up or whatever you had to do in order to do this for us tonight.
Yeah,
I just feel so honored that you took some time to share with
thank
us.
you.
So thank you so
Mhm.
much. I'll be uploading
welcome.
this to the interwebs very soon. I feel like every time I try to do it, it gets glitchy. But anyway,
Yeah,
thanks so
all
much,
right.
guys.
Can I
And
just,
Awesome.
I just want to say something real quick. Someone asked, and I can't remember where it was, but in the chat, someone asked about host coaching. So check
Oh.
with your upline for host coaching
Yes.
systems because and redo Dash. If you've already done the Dash host coaching, go
Yep.
back and do it again. But definitely reach out to your upline because they will have lots of resources. And if
Absolutely.
for some reason you don't have a super supportive upline, find one of us.
Mhm.
Well,
Absolutely.
We'll see what we can do for you.
definitely.
Okay.
Thanks so much for catching
Candice,
it.
that was so awesome from a fellow
Awesome.
Canadian. Way to go. Way to
Thank
represent.
you.
Great job. Thanks so much,
All right.
guys.
Take
Good night,
care.
guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.